Erica, I have to ask you guys, in terms of draft right now, who are you guys kind of voting for? New Wave or Area 77 for Game 2? We did see that Franco as the last pick, and them hooks in the land of Dons can change the tide of a battlefield in a moment's notice. So this will be Game 2 for both sides. New Wave versus Area 77. Area 77 just needs one win for the 2-0 sweep. What a hook!
What a hook. Oh, that Luna is just 1 HP left.
Yeah, I would say, it's very risky. It looks like Gauss Cuties, he has those magnetic hooks, getting a hook within the first 40 seconds of the game as well. So, like I said, see a lot of people over there for Area 77's draft. I like it. I'm not going to lie. It's very textbook, and it's shown to work in multiple situations. In terms of New Wave right now, with that Dairoth, with that Esmeralda pick, it can work, taking out the counter, but by picking what they would have went against, Area 7 would have picked, Area 77 would have put against that Dairoth, So this is looking good on their side, but having that Uranus for the answer is a perfect fit to kind of fight that Esmeralda inside of that XP lane. But we do see a 3v1 stack possibly on the gold side. Now, we did see Area 77 kind of be the aggressor in game 1, but, I want to see how New Wave kind of plays this one out.
Like that situation where you have Big Mac combo, classic favorite, and then a mystery box. So you kind of want to see, sometimes mystery box, it comes out a surprise, a great surprise, but sometimes you kind of want to go with something that always works. And Area 77's draft, how each of these, how each hero works together. So it's a very secure draft.
Yeah, we do see Lord or Turtle possibly, or it's going to spawn in 3 seconds, but what a play in, able to take out Pogi, taking out that jungler. That's just insane, especially right now as that Turtle is spawning. But the flash is continuing. Merciless taken out. Ziggy taking out Merciless. Man, this is just heavy play, 2-1. Not even 3 minutes into the game for both sides. So I do like the aggression. We did want to see New Wave have a heavier presence, especially when they're picking that Faramis as well. So it is a pretty solid win, I would say, on their side in terms of that clash.
They're doing pretty well this game in the early game, even though they weren't able to really take the turtle, but it was a team fight that kind of came out in their favor. And that Luna, you see the damage? It makes a difference this game from the previous game, having Luna as a mid lane than Alice.
Now we do see Pogi able to secure that Lord, kind of evening out the gold for Area 77 to New Wave. We just got to see a little bit of a heavier presence. Will they go for the objectives, or will they let Ballman take it? If they do, that's okay. We know he has pretty much a cheat code with that lethal counter and retribution, so maybe they kind of focus on the opposite side. Go for that marksman, go for those early ganks, and try and take the lead inside of the lane. But in taking out Merciless, looks like New Wave is wasting no time. 4-1, and they are gonna go to take some gold off of the bottom lane tower.
That's a heavy ghost shield going to Dairoth and Esme.
Man,
we have Bellman as a jungler. Sometimes you might not want to contest against the Bellman. So if it's a kind of an equal situation, you might want to look for trades. So as long as you find a trade-off in objectives and transfer your advantage into objectives, then it's always good to make a play somewhere else if you think that it might be a hard contest.
Speaking of contest, Pogi might be a little too deep in enemy lines. It's taken out by In. Pogi has now died twice within 3 minutes of the game, especially being that jungler. You are a high-value target. You want to make sure that you get your farm, but you're also not, get taken out too early. But we do see a clash. Lord T able to get a kill. What a play, taken out to Maul. But the clash continues, unable to get away as Ziggy takes out Lord T. It looks like the fight is going down inside of the gold lane. Joppa going in, trying to take some additional gold as well. But Merciless just left alone to kind of answer back, getting a little bit of farm himself in the XP lane.
Yeah, for Area 77, it's just kind of it is a little bit challenging for Pogi in the early game, especially because they don't really have any front line for Area 77. Pogi right now, he is the tank basically, because Franco just offers kills. He has Sand in the back line and try to hook somebody, right? And we see the hook landed.
Oh my goodness, with the little counter combo, Area 77 trying to go for that objective, gonna potentially take the second turtle of the game as we got a little bit of peel by Merciless over on end. They are gonna try and go for it. They do got good zonage right now. Currently, Faramis is not in position, and Pogi able to secure the second turtle, trying to increase the gold lead, but they are still down by 500 gold. Now, Rootwork manipulation going down, trying to go in for a little bit of zonage, connecting on Ziggy and taking Ziggy out. Area 77, a little bit of pushback, you know, trying to even out the gold lead for the early mistakes that they did have. It is looking more like a stalemate right now. So it's looking good on both sides, but what good rotations we are seeing right now. I will say, Lord T, you know, the conditions for him to kind of pop off for the side of Area 77, he is going to need, you know, that Demon Hunter sword to kind of do additional damage and be very effective inside of these clashes. But speaking of clashes, we do see Tamal trying to escape, but the Iron Hook connecting on in, but able to escape. Man, this Franco has not missed.
Franco is such a critical factor for this game. As long as you hook, like even just now when you hook that Lunox, bait out the Brilliance, whether or not you kill them, as long as you bait out their critical skills, that's when your team can go in and do damage, right?
It's looking good, I would say, on both sides. We see a little bit of aggression over there by Merciless on the back lines. That Uranus put on that Esmeralda, it works, you know, both of them very sustainable regen heroes, but Uranus able to get a little bit more in terms of clashes against that Esmeralda.
See a fight going on in top lane.
Oh my goodness, Lord T taking out Joppa, but Tamal over there to defend the lane. Man, this is, like I said, it's even. You've got to ask North America right now, how do you feel going into the first 10 minutes for New Wave in Area 77? Which team are you kind of going for game 2?
So I'm part of North America. I'm gonna give out my opinion. I feel like Area 77's draft is, we're seeing when it comes to late game, I feel like Area 77's draft still has a better advantage.
Speaking of advantage, you do see Lord T able to take out that top tower, giving him the farm he needs. You know, that's one of the winning conditions on the side of Area 77. Feed the marksman. Give him any gold that he can take so that he can get those additional items to make him effective in those 5v5 clashes. And that's what we're seeing right now. And Pogi also on the turtle, able to take another turtle. That is 3 turtles for the side of Area 77.
See how the Framis works in theory, but just in practice, when you are against teams like this, it's still maybe towards late game, and when Framis builds more defense. But right now, we don't see a huge impact coming from this Framis.
Oh, Ziggy taking out Gauss Cutie, just caught behind enemy lines and pulled back by Tamal. You do see Lord T trying to go for a little bit of farm, a potential gank on the side of New Wave, but able to escape with the mobility.
Yeah, I thought he stayed a little bit overextended, but with Claw, there's so much mobility that, you know.
Ooh, 2v1 clash over on Doctor. Will he be able to fend off Merciless and Pogi as they are going to try and do a potential choke on that lane as the minions are going to be pushing in. Doctor trying to go back. He is going to have to focus those minions potentially. Uranus just giving him a hard time. But over on the top side, Blazing Wet does go down, but Joppa able to take out Lord T. But Lord T was able to secure the kill over on Tamal. What a play, but the top tower has been taken out in the favor of New Wave. And a double kill over there for Joppa. But you do see Yato going in, Pogi trying to answer as their teammates have fallen, but unable to get a kill, and New Wave on the retreat.
Yeah, that real world manipulation is just not the positioning. Should have went a little bit closer to the enemies because they were on their retreat path already. So, team fight, that was brings New Wave back a little bit, ready for this team fight coming up when Lord is spawning in 30 seconds right here.
So looking at the items right now for both sides, you know, we're looking over on the side of Claude. He does have Golden Staff and also Demon Hunter Sword built. So he has the damage he needs to kind of give New Wave a hard time, especially with their sustainability from that Esmeralda. But then you do see the Genius Swan, or, you know, the Genius Swan and also the Clock of Destiny on the side of Lunox. So this is going to be an interesting match. Like I said, I feel like wild cards are in the favor of New Wave right now, and Textbook is more on the side of Area 77 in terms of the draft pick. But right now, I would say this match is kind of leaning in the favor of New Wave. They did take that bottom tower as well, having that aggression, but focusing on objectives, it looks like Area 77 is going to take the first Lord.
Interesting, because pretty much Area 77 secured every turtle as well as the first Lord so far.
And, you know,
but
That's kind of what you see with that Ballman, you know, and if it's okay, it works if New Wave focuses on other objectives such as taking turrets and ganking the opposing lanes, and that's kind of what we saw right there. They didn't really worry too much about the Lord as they were able to take the 2 towers on the side of the bottom lane. But a clash going in the mid lane. Yato raining down real world manipulation. Pogi taking out Ziggy as they are going to try and go for that mid tower. Will they be able to take it? What pressure are we seeing right now on the side of Area 77? Pogi able to take the turret, and the clash is still going on. Oh my goodness, it taking out Gals Cutie. Cold Ultra activated for New Wave, but is it enough? Man, escaping with barely any HP from Cold Altar, but you do see Lord T pushing on the bottom side, trying to go for those objectives and clearing these lanes.
Too far. Might be a little bit too deep.
Ooh, you see Blazing Duet going down. It's a 3v1 situation. Lord T takes out Ed. Will he be able to secure another kill? Unable to get it as Doctor takes him out. Man, what a clash though. We see Lord T not afraid to go in, you know, having faith in that Blazing Duet, but he was not able to secure that turret. I like the mindset of Area 77 right now, but just the aggression right now might be a potential downfall for them, you know, going past the 10-minute mark.
Already, it was still a decent trade. Cloud was able to take down the jungler on the side of New Wave. But right now, it could go both ways. It could really depend on how you kind of make a play in next team fight. We're seeing how this Framus is doing a lot better this game than the previous one, with the impact it brought in the early game, and New Wave is actually coming on top towards a very early game. But Area 77 is just very good on knowing when to engage and disengage.
Now, I will say, you know, for New Wave, it's going to get a little tricky when Eve gets into the mix because she does have, you know, her zoners with the real world manipulation, and they don't really have too much of an answer to kind of cancel it. I mean, they do have Esmeralda with the Falling Star Moon to try and drop on it and cancel it. But when you look at items right now, you see Claude over on the side of Area 77, Lord T. He did build the Wind of Nature, and the marksman on the opposing side, Joppa doesn't have it. But the clash, Joppa taking out Gals Cutie. You know, this is going to be a fight that we want to see. I think it's leaning more in the favor of Area 77 right now in terms of, you know, item composition. But we see these 5v5 clashes, you know, anything's possible with the Faramis. I feel like after Claude does the Blazing Duet, if Faramis pops that Cold Altar, it'll kind of like undo the damage that Claude brought to the table.
So you kind of want to target or like bait out the skills, bait out Faramis' skills, especially like towards the earlier point, as well as this Lunox. Because Lunox is the only one that can really get in the backline and get to Eve with that Dark Form. But we're seeing another Lord fight, but it doesn't seem like New Wave is even ready to contest it right now.
And we have seen Area 77 taking all of the objectives. Pogi able to take the Lord as well. And taking out Gals Cutie as the clash is going down. Ziggy able to take out Pogi, leaving only Yato, Lord T, and Merciless for the side of Area 77. Merciless on the run as we see a heavy presence by New Wave in the mid lane. Do we see a clash for a contest of the blue buff and a possible mid lane turret being taken out? Looks like New Wave beat the aggressor. Ziggy taking out Merciless on the play, and Blazing Duet going in. Doctor able to take out Lord T, leaving Yato by himself to fend off the full team of New Wave. But Luminous Lord is pushing on the bottom side.
New Wave is not even. Oh, Franco landed that hook on. Who's that? It's the Esmeralda. We see so much brilliance and light in that moment when Franco landed that godly hook that I don't even see which hero this is.
Yeah, it was a good hook by Franco, but I don't know if it's enough right now. You know, it's leaning in New Wave's favor. We do know this is best out of 3. Area 77 did take the first win, so New Wave has to kind of play this game to their favor, be more the aggressor, and make Area 77 the reactive team.
I would be very looking forward to dragging this game, like this series, to 3 versus 2 to 1, instead of having Area 77 win easily against New Wave. I want to see how they kind of react to Framus and see if this Framus can get on their nerves. Be like next game where Area 77 just straight up ban it. That's what I wanted to see.
That's a good point you make. I think everybody's kind of asking that same question. Seeing the Faramis, allowing the Faramis to be picked up for game 2, especially when you've seen how effective it was in game 1. Maybe Area 77 is not too worried about it. They were able to secure a win on the Faramis for the first game. But going into game 2, it looks like Faramis, pulled out a whole nother book. And it's showing us some new tricks today. So Area 77 definitely has to play a little bit safer, as it is leaning in the in the favor of New Wave right now. Are we going to see a potential 2-1 game today?
And I think targeting Lunox might be a good idea. Try to at least bait out her brilliance or take her out before a team fight. Because she, with her in the backline and keep on regenerating health, is just gonna continuously burst down.
Oh my goodness!
Blood recognize the hood right here.
Doctor trying to escape, has the full team of Area 77 on him, but he is able to get away while New Wave is trying to push that top turret. But the zone is over there by Yato to be able to secure and defend their top inhibitor turret.
That's crazy though. 5 men ganked on 1 Esmeralda, yet she still lives. But yes, they had to defend the base for A77.
I like how New Wave's playing right now. The first game it looked like a little bit better of rotations for the side of Area 77, but we gotta give these teams recognition, guys. These are teams that are champions. These are champions in North America for North American Challenger tournaments and also in the North American Squad League. The level of competition that they play against on a regular is of a higher elo. And that is what we're seeing today from both sides. But Lord is in play, a clash going down. But Ziggy able to secure the Luminous Lord. And Ziggy taking out Pogi, taking out Area 77's jungler in the clash.
Wow, what a good play from both sides. And see how when Claude went in, they kind of saved that Faramis saved his ultimate ult for when Lord T went in with that Blazing Duet. That's when Faramis acts with the ult. And Luna is actually the one who got the Lord.
Yeah, what a play over there by Ziggy. We've seen Lunox kind of been picked up a lot inside of NACT and this new season, especially against those beefier compositions. It's been working, and right now it's looking really good for Ziggy. Currently being 7-2-5. They do got the lead in terms of kills, 17-10 in the favor of New Wave, and the gold difference of 4,000 gold.
That's probably like one of the highest gold differences that we've seen today so far. And Pogi's just not having a great time this game. He's basically the tank for the side of Area 77, and besides tanking and taking objectives, there's not much he can do.
Speaking of objectives, we do see a clash in the mid lane. Reward manipulation going down in, able to take out Lord T, and Jabba taking out the inhibitor turret for the mid lane. Will we see a potential end on the side of New Wave to enter? We do see it! Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a 2-1 game. Victory goes to the side of New Wave.
What a great game coming from New Wave. They did a lot better early game with the team fight and the rotation coming from New Wave. And their comp this game overall. I really like the Bruno, how the Bruno is drafted into this game. With the Bruno, the damage that it deals with Uranus. Basically 3 kits and he's half HP. That's how scary it is when you're snowballing towards late game.